I've been having these experiences, right, where I turn into light, or basically uh, become God, or be in a God state. So when you take the psychedelic mushrooms, right, they open your third eye. Um, so basically, how this happens for me is, you get the in history in the past, uh, shamans, prophets, they would use these drugs to go into altered mind states to get visions and the words from God. Okay? So what happens is you take these psychedelic mushrooms. Usually the cocaine opens up your heart chakra. It connects you to the universe. The mushrooms open up the third eye, this chakra up here, and also the throat chakra. The weed opens up your earth chakra down here below, near your sacral area. So, what happens is you start using more than 10% of your brain. So, what you hear, see, smell, touch, and taste is your brain's interpretation of the world. Your senses can only uh, you can only experience what your brain allows you to. So by using more than 10% of your brain, you will start tasting food like you never have. You can taste everything. You will see more spectrums of light and color that you were unable to before, only using 10% of your brain. So when you use more than 10% of your brain, you start falling in love with life and everything and everyone. The sounds, what you hear, see, smell, touch, and taste. You love everything because it's so beautiful. It's so great. You have such a awareness that it makes you fall in love again with life, with everything. Because we've been down here being slaves and working, and we hate life now. We use each other. See, like that's why marriage is failing now. No one wants to get married because no one wants to do the struggle and love each other and deal with the hardships and appreciate. We don't appreciate each other anymore. We rather just use them for money and then run. As soon as we get into a relationship, and then, oh, well, he lost his job. He lost his car. He's broke. He don't want to do nothing. I'm out. I'm out. Fuck him. I can find somebody else. I'm not struggling with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Or same thing, this female, this girl, she got pregnant and she done lost her booty and she fat now and her pussy all stretched out and she ugly now. Well, instead of sticking around like, this is hard. We gotta get her to the gym and see if fucking get her. She need help. But I'm out. I'm about to go find a young pretty bitch. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't sticking around through this. This shit too hard for me, bro. This shit too hard. I can't take this shit. And so we're good at running away from our problems now. And that's why no one wants to get married. It was supposed to be a holy matrimony, a sacred union between two people. And you, no matter what, during love, sickness, and health, right? And the struggle, the hardships make you appreciate life more, because when things do get better, you can actually appreciate the greatness and the goodness of the outcome of it, because you can't appreciate, you can't have pleasure without pain. You can't have light without darkness. You can't have good without bad. You can't have, it's the yin and the yang. So unless you go through the hardships, unless you go through the dark, you'll never see the light. Unless you go through the pain, you'll never have the pleasure, because it's a mathematical equation. So you can never experience true pleasure unless you know what true pain is. You can never see light unless you have seen darkness. You understand? So you have to, it's like God, it's like a test. So you have to go through, the dirt. You have to go through hell. You got to walk through the valley of darkness in order to see the light. Okay? But so what we're doing now is we don't want the struggles. We're just running from our problems instead of, we're not appreciating it. You know what I'm saying? We can't We forgot, or we're off the path. We're off course. We're going the wrong way. We need to get back on the right path. Okay? So we're making these decisions based on being selfish and greedy and thinking about ourselves. It's about self-love. Self-love now. No, no, no. You got life fucked up. You got life fucked up. You're thinking, I need to find a man who's got money, who's going to take care of me, pay my bills. You are getting lazy and complacent, and you're selfish and you're greedy. And all you're thinking about is how you. That's why you can't keep a man. That's why you will never be happy. You're insatiable because you don't appreciate shit. You think, oh, I'm pretty. Everybody's supposed to give me everything. You ain't shit. Don't nobody want you. Really, you just pretty. People just gonna want to fuck you and use you just like you're using them, because your world, the whole reality is a reflection of you. It's your mirror. God is everywhere. God is in everything. So all the experiences that you're having are just, you're creating them. They're your mirror. They're your reflection. And so whatever you do, it's karma. Whatever you do, it's going to come back to you. It's God giving you the chance and giving you the experiences, what you need to see so that you can open up your heart and your mind and use, so that you can learn love again. But you're not, you just want the material things. You're choosing money, cars, jewelry, clothes, pay my bills over the love of God. So that person's trying to love you. And you're just using them for what you can gain from them. And you got life fucked up. So when you take these psychedelic mushrooms, maybe a little cocaine or something, it should make you fall in love all over again and have a greater appreciation of life. When you love everything, everyone, you're going to love whatever you hear, see, smell, touch, and taste. And once you feel that love, you're going to be on God's frequency. So you will then have the powers of God. That's the best way I can explain it. So you know that sounds and light and colors are frequencies. They're all different, just numeric numbers. So like they say, 528 hertz is God's frequency. And it translates, that frequency, that sound translates to the color of green, yellow. And then as you go higher, like 700, 800, you get to like purple, violet, red. And then the lower, more negative or just lower would be like a dark blue, black, brown. Okay. So once I enter my God state, it's basically like you lose the physical three-dimensional body and you go into a fourth dimensional body, which is light. You become light. You become God again. Because in the Bible, it says God, in the beginning, he said, let there be light. He used the word and he said, let there be light, right? Because your fourth dimensional has no physical. It's all light. It's all, you can't touch it. You can't hear, see, smell, touch, or taste nothing. It's just space. And so he used the word, let there be light. The frequencies, the vowels. And then he used the light, and then he created the earth, the moon, the heaven, the stars. Using the light in the word. And so, therefore, whenever you get high or whatever, use the mushrooms. I can see when you love again, when you're back on God's frequency, you can then, you'll see things for what they really are and not what they appear to be. It's all a hologram of light. Holograms are just light, right? And so this is like a, let me see how I can explain this. So when I use my words, right, I can transform things, like the tone of my voice. When I go, the higher I go, the more brighter it gets, right? And I can change physical objects back into light. When they become light again, they are massless. And you can move them with no effort. I think that's how they did the pyramids. They used the frequency to change matter back into light. And then once where you want it, then you change it back into matter. And it's all by using frequency, it's like a magic spell. And so as I'm doing this, when you enter God's state, when you're getting high or whatever, you will see that everything in the room is like breathing. It's like a big heartbeat. So, it's a wave. It's a big wave. And that's a frequency. That's just a frequency. And so everything it starts turning into light. When it turns into light, everything looks like a dream. It's like a ghost. Like everything's a ghost. It's like you almost see through everything because it's light. If that is true, and I can control and change the everything around me with the sound of my voice, which is the frequency, and the frequencies can change everything else, which is supposed to be a solid. That means it's not really a solid. It doesn't exist. It's really just light. And so just like in that movie, The Matrix, they said, I can bend the spoon by realizing that it's not even there. It does not exist. I'm not trying to bend the spoon with my mind. I'm just realizing that it doesn't exist. It's not there. And when he did that, he could bend the spoon. See, he was seeing reality for what it really is. It's not there. It's not a material thing. It's not a solid. It's really a light. And that's what we are. We are 98% water, right? We are conductors of electricity. We were made to do this. Why are we the only species that can use our voice like that? Because we are God. We are God's children. So they have tried to lie to you your entire life to keep you trapped in a prison of your mind. So they used to have, the Bible was supposed to be poems and songs so that you could transform back into the light. But instead, they rewrote the book, the Illuminati. They rewrote the book, the people in control and power. And they use the Bible now in religion to control you. And they shame you. They say you're a sinner. You're bad. You're going to hell. You're making mistakes. You need to seek forgiveness from God because you're a bad person. You're bad. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. And you should feel ashamed of yourself. And they judge you and judge you and judge you. And you're no good. And all you feel is shame and guilt. And you don't feel love anymore. That is not love. That is not love. That is a judgment. That is being hypocritical. That is shaming you. It's not love. They have taught you that you are a bad person, right? But you're not good. You're not unworthy of God's love. Okay? And so that keeps you from being God and seeing the truth. Because you can't see this. You have to use your heart and not your eyes and not your mind. You have to use your heart. You have to love everything. But you can't feel like that when people are shaming you and judging you all the time and telling you you're a piece of shit and you're a bad person. That's how they keep you in the prison of your mind. See, we forgot how to love. We forgot where we came from. We forgot who we are. If God created us as his children, we are God's children, then we are God. Because if you take a cup of water out of the ocean, it's just a cup of water, but is it still not the fucking ocean? So it still retains the properties and capabilities of the ocean. So if we came from God and we are God's children, we should have the properties and abilities and powers of God. And you do. And it is the power of love. We are a co-creative formation of life. It takes two people to make one. You got to have sex. You got to make love. You got to fuck. You got to, you know what I'm talking about? Rape somebody or fuck. You got to do the do. You got to make love in order to make a baby. Right? And that's what everybody does. God is everywhere. So that's what all the animals do. That's what the plants do. That's how life, we are literally love, co-creative formation of love. And we are all God. We are all light. God is everything. That's why the world is the way it is. And so, like when I become in my God state, I can see that everything is the same. It's all light. We are all the same. We are all connected. We are all one. And so it all moves together in unison like this. It's all just a big wave, a big light. And you become part of it. And it's always been there right in front of your fucking face, your whole fucking life. God has always been there right in front of you this whole time. And you can't even see him because you're trapped in the prison of your mind. You know? You forgot how to love. You're choosing to work and be slaves for material things because you think, oh, this money and this cars and clothes is going to make people like me. I want to get the acceptance of my peers and my friends and my parents. And if I get all this stuff, then I will be loved. That's how it's fake love. It's fake love. Fake love. It's not real. It's not real. When you really love someone, it's unconditionally. You know what I'm saying? The love of God doesn't require you to do shit. You don't have to fucking work or do this or suck my dick, or you don't have to bend over or give me your money or pay my bills. That's not God's love. That's fake love. That's fake love. And it's only momentarily. And you're being used and played. And you have been your whole life. And just like your parents, they probably beat the love of God out of you as a child. I know my parents probably did. We were taught at a young age, fake love. I love you, my child, but you need to wake up, go to school, get a job, do the dishes, cut the grass, mow the lawn, clean the house. That's not love. That's fake love. That's slavery. That's slavery. Okay? Now, when you do it in a way and explain instead of, because a lot of us, my generation, that's how we grew up. And I don't blame my parents. That's all they knew. That's what they were taught. And so that's how they institutionalize you and keep you in the prison of your mind. They get you and they say, oh, it's mandatory that you go to school. When you go to school, you're taught to be a slave. You get up at a certain time, you go to school, you study. It's work. Fucking 8 hours a day. So they train you to be a slave since birth. And then when you go to school, you learn racism and hate, bullying. You get picked on. And there's no love at school. It's not about love. It's about work and being a slave. There's no love there. It's not about love. They teach you how to be a slave. They don't teach you how to be what you really are, which is a God. And so that's how they keep you trapped in the prison of your mind. They rewrote the whole Bible to enslave you. They use religion now. Like love, matrimony was supposed to be this sacred union between people so that you can learn love and appreciate things through the struggles, through the death, the sickness, love, for whatever. Love, sickness, and health. It was supposed to be this where you, a holy union where you learn to respect each other and appreciate things through the hardships. But now, then they started using it as ownership. They would use marriage, they corrupted it, and now you're my property. My wife is my slave, and she has to work, clean, take care of the kids, do this, do that. You know what I mean? It became a slavery thing. They corrupted the word of God. They used it to enslave you, right? So people started using marriage a long time ago. Oh, I'm going to get a wife, and she's going to be my slave, my personal servant. That's what it became. And so that's how, things, and then she don't love you, and you guys fight and argue all the time about finances and bills and stupid shit that doesn't even matter. Because when you die, you can't take any of it to the grave. It's useless junk. So I've seen heaven and hell. So when you become God, you are in heaven instantly. You love everything. This is heaven right now. Like, I'm God. I'm happy here. I'm fucking happy. I love everything. There's nothing greater than that, than the love of God. There's nothing greater than God and seeing God. When you're in your God state and you look at life, everything's beautiful. You love everything and everyone because it's so beautiful. There's nothing greater than God. And so when you start using your heart, it makes you fall in love with everything. When you use your heart, it opens your heart chakra, which sends the light up to the third eye. Third eye opens, and this fucking light comes out of my head, and it's a halo. It's a big halo, and I basically I look like an angel. And I usually look like a fucking serpent or a dragon, like a green, yellow, flying dragon when I'm not in my physical body. And so when I get this halo, it's like I become telepathic instantly. I can see everyone. I can go anywhere with my mind. I can connect to people with my mind. It's like I become psychic. And when I turn things back into light, they become massless. And I can move shit with no effort. Just it doesn't have any mass. So it's like you can move stuff with your mind and your words with no effort. And I think that's how they built the pyramids. They learned how to use their voices, frequencies, and you change it and back into light. It becomes massless. Then you can move it, put it where you need it to be, do what needs to be done, and then turn it back into a solid. And so when I become a solid again, when you start wearing, your drugs start wearing off, what makes that happen is you eat food sometimes, right? And the food is like kind of poison or something that we're eating here. And the food comes in here, and when it gets here, it blocks the light. It blocks the light, and then you turn back into a physical matter. And so usually when I do this, I go like 24 hours without eating food. And so like I said, cocaine might help a little bit with that. And that's why they made the drugs illegal, because they don't want you to know what you really are. They don't want you to know that you're a god. They want you to think that you're a fucking slave. And that's why when you go to school, they teach you these lies that you're a fucking Darwinism, you evolved from monkeys. You're not a fucking monkey, you are a god. If God created us, we are his children, we are gods. You guys got life fucked up. So, because you think you're fucking monkeys, you think you're slaves, you're supposed to work your whole life to get this money. It's all about money. And that's why we're down here acting like fucking animals. Stupid fucking animals. Dumb fucking creatures. Just stupid fucking creatures. We're not what they told you that you are. They have lied to you. They taught you that DNA is a genetic template. That's a half a truth. They give you half truths. DNA, if you look at it, it's a double-stranded helix. It's a coil. Just like an alternator, which conducts electricity. Your soul is a light. That light goes through the coil and is amplified. DNA is a photon amplifier. It's a light amplifier. It generates power, electricity. We are photon amplifiers, like light amplifiers. That's how we can change physical things back into light. We have power that you don't even fucking know about. Bro, that's why they killed Jesus. He wasn't crucified. He was trying to teach people the love of God and the word of God, and he was showing people how to turn water back into wine, how to walk on water. And the people in control that wanted everyone to be slaves, the kings they taxed people and raised the taxes until the people were just slaves. And everything was going to the kings who were greedy. And that's why history repeats itself. And every time they find someone, they might try to come kill me. Shit. But they try to teach people, the truth, the reality, that you are God, and how to, you love everything, love everyone, and then you don't have to be slaves anymore. You don't have to brush your teeth, eat. You become light. You can fucking fly. You don't even need a physical body anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or you can turn shit back into light. You can go from 3-dimensional to 4th-dimensional. You are all fucking powerful. And all you have to do is you got to love everything. You got to be on God's frequency in order for this to happen. But they've taught you to be a slave and that you're guilty, you're ashamed, you should be ashamed, and you're unworthy, you're a monkey. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world that he does not exist. And so what they did, right, is they taught you that Christopher Columbus discovered America. He did not. But when they came to America, when they went to the Grand Canyon and they looked around, they were searching for gold, they found all the bones of the giants, the Nephilim that were here. Over 50,000 fucking skeletons. I think it was at 50,000 to 100,000 bones and tombs of giants. Nephilim. That was the extraterrestrials, the devils. Some of them weren't good people. A lot of them were just monsters, and they would control us. They would eat us. We were their food. And so the people in control wanted to hide their masters. So down here they have the Illuminati, which are the people with all the money and control. They've been the kings and queens of every civilization ever since, the Nephilim had left here, which are the ones that created us. And basically we came, there was a war with God. The Nephilim, they fought with God and they lost. And so they came down here as a punishment. And they brought some of us with them. Some people followed him willingly because they promised them riches and gold. But you had to go work and get the gold out of the mine. So they created us to be slaves so we can get the gold. Which basically trapped us here because we forgot how to love after that. We forgot where we came from. We hated life. It was pain and suffering here. And so you can't connect back to the universe. You can't connect back to God after that. It's too hard. And it's so hard to be God. It's hard to walk the righteous path. It's hard to do the right thing. If somebody hits you, you want to hit them back. But you're supposed to turn the other cheek like Jesus. You're supposed to love them. You kill them with kindness. It's very hard to do that. That's why you need drugs. For real. And that's because it's hard to, it's impossible to almost feel the love of God on your own without help. So, do it. Try it. See what I'm saying. Do the little psychedelic mushrooms. Do at least 3 grams. Do about 3 to 4 grams. Put in some honey. Eat it. Because if you don't use honey, it's going to taste like shit. And after about 30 minutes, you start feeling a little cocaine. Sometimes don't do a lot of cocaine because it'll fuck it up. And you can go crazy. So once you become enlightened, that's why they call it Illuminati, the enlightened ones, the illuminated, because they understand that everything's light. They know this shit. And they've been trying to hide it from you your entire life. They went back in history and they erased everything and they rewrote the history books. And they didn't tell anyone about the fucking giants that were here in North America. And the Grand Canyon, when they first came here, there was Egyptians in the Grand Canyon. There's a bunch of tunnels in there. And it has Egyptian hieroglyphs. They had Buddha in there. They have the tombs and mummies of like 30,000 mummies in there. They have all these tools of copper and brass and pottery and amazing shit. It was a whole civilization of at least 100,000 people, at least in the Grand Canyon. They've been here this whole fucking time. This whole time. Living underground. You know what they do with your money now? Is your tax money. They have over 100,000 underground bases. They are living underneath us. Underneath us. And they use our tax money to build these underground facilities. And when the world comes, this pole shift, which is coming very soon, we're all going to die. And they're going to be underground because they used our money to build these underground bases. We need to get them out of there. And we need to be down there. Let them fucking stay up here and work. And see, that's what Donald Trump did. He gave everybody, the rich people, a tax break. He gave them our money that we worked for. So we pay taxes for what? Social Security, Medicare, healthcare, education, housing assistance, food stamp assistance. Well, the Republicans, they want to cut that out. They say, oh, our debt is too high. We need to cut back on. No more Medicare, no Social Security, no food stamps, no housing. Let's get rid of that. Well, that's what the fuck you're paying taxes for. Why are there so many homeless people now? Unprecedented homelessness after COVID. Why? Because you can't get housing because they cut it out. And what do? They gave it to the rich people. We're literally working to fucking keep for them. We're slaves now. We're slaves now. We're working, giving all our money to the rich people to fucking feed them and take care of them. And they have more money. They don't even need it. They don't even need it. They don't even need it. They've got so money that they can take care of everyone and fix everything. But they're not going to do it because they want to keep themselves in power. They're greedy. They're selfish. They want to keep us enslaved. And so we're down here making decisions, right? Based on we need to get money. That I've been to hell. You know what hell is? Hell is having all the money, everything that you have, all the money, clothes, jewelry, cars, clothes, whatever, but you're there by yourself, all alone for an eternity. And because you were too stupid to understand that the person standing right in front of you is more important. And you made decisions based on that. So like when me and my girl, we had this argument over a fucking space heater. And she was asking me for my heater, and I was like, no, because I was being selfish and greedy and thinking about, oh, I paid for it, it's mine. And after I had this experience, the first thing I did is I brought that damn space heater to my girlfriend's house. And I paid her fucking rent. And I was like, baby, whatever you need, I got you. And I've been a fool this whole time. A stupid fucking fool. And I've been making these decisions based on myself and being selfish and greedy. And it's my money, I paid for it. And I realized that she was more important than anything in this fucking world. Because if I had to go through this world without her, it would be hell. If I had to live alone by myself, without my kids, my children, my loved ones, my friends, my neighbors, it would be hell. That would literally be hell. Think about having all the money, all the cars, jewelry, the guns, drugs, whatever, and being here by yourself for an eternity. It's useless. You can't buy anything. There's nobody here. Who are you going to get dressed up for? Who are you going to impress? Nobody. There's nobody here. And what it does is, the longer you're there, it drives you crazy. You lose your mind, literally. You go crazy. And boy, I've been to hell. I've seen it. I was there. And if I stayed there any longer, I would have not have been able to get out. It would have drove me crazy. And it fucking just it drives you crazy. And I was trying to drink this. I was thirsty. It's hot. I'm like, what do I need this fucking heater for? It's 100 degrees down here. And I'm trying to drink. And the closer I get the drink to my mouth, the thirstier, and I can't even fucking drink it. I can't drink it. It's useless. You have everything, but you can't even use it. And why are you there? Because you chose them to be there. You chose those material things. You wanted them more. They were more important to you than the love of God. They were more important to you than that person standing right in front of you. And that person standing right in front of you is your reflection. It's a mirror. And you're too stupid to love yourself because you're choosing the material things. When you do that and you're not choosing love and you make decisions based on greed and selfishness, and you're hurting that person in front of you and showing them that they'd rather have money instead of, me, and I need this and my love. And you got life fucked up. You got life fucked up. And you don't even deserve that person standing in front of you. You're ungrateful. And if when you go to hell or whatever, you gonna have everything that you argued about with that person. And you ain't even gonna want it. You gonna be like, damn, I was such a fucking fool. I'm so fucking stupid. I'm so fucking stupid all this time. I should have been loving that person and giving and sacrificing and taking care and working for that person because they were more important than anything in this fucking world. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all lights. It's all bullshit. We can create this shit. Make it again. So we're stuck in this cycle where we keep repeating ourselves. And you die and be born again, be slaves. You break your fucking backs to get this money. And you think you need to accumulate wealth. You can't take it to the grave. You should be loving each other. Taking care of each other. Instead of using each other for whatever. Slavery, sex, money, whatever it is. Instead of trying to gain from that person, you should be helping them. We need to be helping each other instead of hurting and fighting each other. And that's what this whole world is now. We're always at this war. We're about to burn. We're about to lose this fucking world. This whole shit with Israel is like going to be some fucking holy war. And you guys are going to be really sorry unless we don't come together and stop this fucking war, stop this fighting. And they get us to do all this killing and fighting for them. And we are breaking our backs for them. For what? So they can get rich. Man, fuck this job. Fuck these jobs. Fuck McDonald's. Fuck all this shit. I'm not going to war for nobody. Fuck this shit. Send me to prison. You can take care of me, bitch. And when I get to prison, I ain't working. I ain't doing shit. I'll sit in the fucking goddamn solitary confinement. Read books, exercise, shit. Fuck that. I've been to prison several times. Goddamn country club for me. Country club. Sit there and watch TV and goddamn read books, exercise. I don't fucking work when I go to prison. Fuck that shit. Give me 70 cents and a fucking pack out lunch, man. Fuck you. Fuck you. I ain't working for that shit. I'd rather die. Fuck that. That's how you open your third eye. You have to love everything. What you hear, see, smell, touch, and taste. You have to love everything. When you do that, when you get on God's frequency, you will become the light. I can literally see it when it comes. It's like this vortex of energy. And it comes up, and I can feel it coming up, and it literally makes the fucking hair on my legs stand up like a needle. And I can see the fucking hair on my legs standing up as it goes up my body. I can feel it coming up. When it comes up, boom, this light comes out of my head. And then everything becomes light. I can turn everything back into light. And it all looks like a big dream, a hologram. And it's all together, it's all one. Everything is God. Everything is connected. What they did is they cut our connection to Mother Earth and the universe. Like the avatars, they had the hair, and they connected to Awa. They cut our connection to Awa, to Mother Earth, to the universe. And that's why you can't fucking see the truth, the matrix. Because we forgot how to love. We forgot how to love. We are down here, and you think that money is more important. We're down here using each other to get money, land, property, slavery, sex, whatever our selfish, worldly desires are. That is how you got life fucked up. You're playing the game wrong. If you want to play the game right, you start choosing that person right in front of you and making decisions based on love and not your own selfish desires and greeds and wants and sexual desires or pleasures. And you can free yourself from, if you do that, when you can get on God's frequency, love everything, love everyone, you will see the truth. It'll break the chains of the prison of your mind, and you will wake up and you'll start seeing reality for what it really is. In a fourth dimension, and your third eye will open. And that's how I did it. And my girlfriend did it for me. She loved me like nobody ever did before. Like, people would say, my girlfriends would be like, oh, he's a drug addict and this and that. And I was not a perfect person, whatever. But she never left. You know, she makes me feel like nobody else ever has. I never have to worry about cheating and shit. Insecurity shit that these American women got life fucked up, in my opinion, because they're the ones that are the gold diggers, and you know, they want to use men for money. They're all about being a baddie and I'm cute and pay my bills. No, you have life fucked up, honey. You got life fucked up, and you can have, and when you, baby, you better wake up, baby. You better wake up. You better wake up, because God is coming. He is coming. And you're going to be on one side or you're going to be on the other. And I hope and pray that you are on God's side. Because if you're not, I'm talking about eternity of hell. Eternity of hell. You're going to lose your fucking mind, honey. I don't want to be there. I was there. And I got the hell up out of there once I realized what was happening. You use the mushrooms, fall in love with everything. It opens up your heart. Use your heart at that point. Don't be afraid. Use your heart. Let it happen. And that light will come out of your heart. It'll go into your third eye. And when that opens up, you will become an angel. You'll see the light come out. Everything will turn to light. And that's how you know that everything is not real. It's all an illusion. It's all a game. It's a hologram. And you're down here being tested. This is all God's test for you to make the right decisions and choices in life. You're playing the game wrong. So now when I play this game, it's easy. We don't argue about money no more. Baby, you can fucking have it. You can have it all, baby. I love you so much. And you are more important to me than anything on this motherfucking world, baby. I love you so much. Ain't nothing greater than you. You the best I ever had. And I don't want nobody and nobody else but you. And you ain't got to worry about me cheating or nothing. Ain't nothing more important to you, baby. I love you so much, Onyx Flowers. You are the love of my life. Thank you so much for opening up. I was dumb and I was blind before I met you. You mean the world to me. You've changed my life. I love you so much. And I want you guys to love that motherfucker in front of you. Whoever you got in your life, love them. Love them. They're more important than all these material things. Please, please, people, wake up. Let's start loving each other. Because we forgot how to love. We forgot who we are, where we came from. We are gods. We are not slaves and monkeys. Please wake up, people. It's time for a change. We can change this fucking world for the better. And the sooner you wake up, the sooner we can get off this motherfucking hell. Because that's what it's going to be. We down here working and breaking our backs and shit. For nothing. Wake up, people. Please. I love you all.